Why is it that we always feel a need to give an excuse when we don't want to drink alcohol? It's the only drug in the world that we feel we need to have a reason to justify not drinking it. If somebody offered you to smoke heroin, you wouldn't feel the need to justify your answer no. You'd probably just want to punch them in the face. So why is alcohol any different? It's because we've been brainwashed from a young age to think that drinking alcohol is the norm. There are big corporations out there who are profiting from your hangovers. Doesn't that make you angry? If that doesn't, this definitely will. I want you to imagine this. Picture your dream life. Would you live in a hot country? If so, imagine it's the morning, you wake up, you get out of bed, and you walk out onto the bedroom balcony. As you do, the sunlight hits your face. And then you get a tap on the shoulder. You turn around and it's your dream woman and she hands you your morning cup of coffee. You're about to take the sip and then there's a knock on the door. You're thinking to yourself, who's knocking on my door this early? So you go downstairs, you open the door and you're shocked. It's the bailiffs and they hand you a piece of paper. You look at the piece of paper and it's much worse. It's not money. They're coming to take your dream life. They want you to vacate the house, vacate your car, and take away your wife. But there's one clause. You look at the bit of paper and it says, if you never drink alcohol again, you can keep this dream life. Would you sign that piece of paper? Of course you would. You've got everything you ever wanted. Why would you need to escape this dream life that you've built for yourself?
Stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself, you compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to turn into a liar and it screws up your life. You need something better than that. You need to get out there and have something to do.
Yeah.
And something worth waking up for. And that's the substitute for the addiction.
You suffer enough that something inside you goes, I'm done. And I'm like lucky because I hit that point before I lost really the things that were the most important, which was not my career or money, but was my relationship with my kids. And when I felt as if it impacted them, I recognized it. It was the worst day of my life. I made amends. And for a while, I thought maybe this is temporary. Maybe this feeling's gonna go away. But since that day, I swear to Christ, I have not ever wanted to drink once. Ever.
Wow.
So it's the easiest thing in the world. Because every time I think about it, I'm just like, holy shit, that's the worst idea in the world. I don't want that. I can't do that. And that's the piece that people find. So now I'm that asshole who's like, I'm grateful. I learned a lot. I actually got to be a better person through this process, and I've lost the obsession.
In your late 20s, you stopped drinking.
Stop drinking, yeah.
Very difficult?
No, beautiful, unbelievable.
Better?
Oh, are you kidding? I would never be sitting here with you. No way, no chance.
Because?
Because I wouldn't have been able to have access to myself or other people, or even been able to take in other people if I hadn't changed my life. No way. And I never would have been able to have relationships that I do. I never would have been able to take care of my father the way I did when he was sick. So many things.
Thank you, Bradley. Bradley just put his daughter to bed and rushed over here to do this. He's a sweetheart. I got sober because of this guy, and every day has been happier ever since.
What I realized was I was running to things to avoid tough feelings, painful feelings. I just didn't know how to deal with them, and looking for anything I found that I use for escape, I guess, difficult feelings. I don't know how better to describe it. I mean, that can be anything. That can be drugs, booze, Netflix, snacks, anything. I don't want to, at this point, to be running from anything. I want to sit in it, I want to feel it, I want to get through the rough night. And I found in doing so, you come out the other side with a more profound understanding of yourself, a greater gratefulness for those in your life, and the birds and the trees and everything else.
It does masks the pain while you're doing it. But when you wake up the next day, you're even more depressed than you started, because whatever is in the alcohol puts you in a bad state afterwards. And I just spiraled out of control. I didn't care. I didn't want to live. I'd lost the passion to live. This went on for 18 months.
Wow.
Of me battling my own self every day, drinking, abusing my body. eating rubbish, taking drugs. I ain't going out for a few beers and coming home. I was going out to try and kill myself with drink. I can't tell you in words how I felt, how down I was. When you lose control of your own mind, you're in a bad place. But every time I got drunk, I'd come home and I'd say, right, I'm starting training in the morning, regain mission. I'm going to be the heavyweight champion of the world again. You watch.
You were 400 pounds.
400 pounds. I was the man who called Wolf 1,000 times. Phone all my friends up, phone chain up, get them all going. Come on, we're going to do it Monday. Monday had come. No, I do not want to box anymore. Finished. Turning point was, I went out Halloween dressed as a skeleton in a fancy dress party. I went out about 9 o'clock and I expected to stay out all night and get smashed. I had one drink. I looked around me and I thought, what am I doing? And I said to myself, you're telling me that you would rather be here with a load of kids half your age? Because I feel like the old person now when I go out. I'm 30. Yeah. They're all 18 and like, I know it's 21 over here, but over home it's 18. They're all like 18, 19, 20, 21. And I'm like the old guy in the disco bopping around. Is this what you really want when you've got a family at home and you're depriving your kids and your wife of quality time? I come back, I went upstairs to my room. I got down, I took the skeleton suit off and I got down on my knees and I was in a dark room on my own and I was praying to God to help me. I was begging, there was tears rolling down my face. I was down there praying at least 10 minutes and I'm an emotional wreck. Me shirt's wet, I feel all my chest all wet, crying my eyes out like a baby. And I got up off my knees and I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. And I called out to my wife, I said, Paris, here. She said, what? I said, tomorrow. I said, I start to turn my life around. She said, yeah, I've heard it all before, because I'm the man who cried wolf 1,000 times. I said, I promise you. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. Nobody believed me, but I knew I had a smile on my face, twinkle in my eye, and I knew I had to get that weight off. By the way, at this time, I was looking at a 12-year ban. I'd failed 2 drugs tests for cocaine, because all the time I was out, I was still doing random drugs tests. The British Boxing Board of Control had suspended my licence. I was deemed medically unfit to fight by the leading psychiatrist in the country. And I had millions of pounds, millions of dollars in lawyers' fees to pay on ongoing battle in court cases. But I am so confident that I'm going to come back and everything's going to be swept away. From that day, I got my tracksuit on in the morning and I was going to run 2 miles. I got about 200 yards and stopped. And I thought, right, I can't run. I've run all my life, I've always been a very good runner. And I got 200 yards and I was totally gone. I could feel my belly moving on it. It wasn't like a fat like jelly, it was like solid brick. It was a horrible feeling. I thought, okay, I'm gonna walk the rest, and I walked. And while I was walking, I was on my phone and I saw a little video from Deontay Wilder. And he said, Tyson Fury let himself down, let his family down. He said, he's that fat, he'd never come back. He said, and I'm glad he's gone because I'd have knocked him out anyway. Just rambling on nonsense, yeah. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to give it you proper. You're my motivation now. I'm coming back to get you. And every day I'd go out on the canal and I'd do a little run in my sweatsuit. And every day I'd get a little bit further until I was doing 4 and 5 mile again. I went to the Boxing Board of Control and I said, right, I want my licence back, I'm going to make a comeback. They said, right, you need to pass the same person who made you medically unfit. You've got to go and get medically fit. And if that doctor makes you medically fit, mentally and physically, then we haven't got a problem with it. I said, fine. So I went and saw all the psychiatrists and everybody I saw, Dr. Phil, Dr. Martin, all these people. They said, excellent, perfect. He said, no problem, stamp, bang, bang, bang. Every one of them deemed me medically well and everything was back to normal. I just had £400 to shift. So I said, there you go, bang, reissue my licence, thank you very much. They had a board meeting, a high board meeting, and he said, right, approved, bang, reinstated my licence. I couldn't believe it. Everything that I had obstacle against me was now gone. I was on a clear running path, only had to lose some weight. And then I come back and I worked my way back and we worked repetitively, day in, day out, day in, day out. And I'd had that first fight, lovely. I felt like a fish back in the ocean. And I've never looked back since.
I haven't took drugs in 6 days. And for me, that's a miracle. I've been lying to everybody else and think I was sober, but I'm not. This is my 6th day. I'm never gonna use again.
I was just a young boy that just didn't understand myself and never gave myself any time to grow or anything. I just thought I was tough, and I just wanted to believe that. And really, we're in a different world. This world we live in, this is not a tough man's world. This is a thinking man's world. You know what I mean? Tough men get hurt in this kind of world. So we have to try to be appropriate in our thinking and our manner. You know, I just try to the best of my ability, of course, you know, just do the right thing.
If you're struggling with your drinking, I've been over 4.5 years sober. I've left a link in the description for you to book a free one-to-one call with me. If you've enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. It helps me make more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.